91.5 WBIM presents the Saturday Night Soundtrack. Whoever you're with, wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, don't stop. Just turn us up. Coming to you live from the campus of Bridgewater State University. We are your destination for commercial-free classic rock to power your night. Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, Van Halen, Aerosmith, Beatles, Eric Clapton, Pink Floyd, The Who, U2, AC/DC, Tom Petty, Allman Brothers, Ozzy, Neil Young, and hundreds more. Take us along wherever you go with the Livestream.com app in the iTunes and Google Play stores. So go get some food in the belly and gas in the tank as BSU's Alumni Saturday rocks on. The Saturday Night Soundtrack with Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, and Steve Rimmer begins now.
I'm gonna blow your face out!
On Bridgewater's own 91.5 WBIM.
That's 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack's underway for another week. Welcome, Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer.
Oh, we're on.
It's straight up 7 o'clock.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
We are pumped.
That's great.
We're going to pump you up with rock and roll.
I may go through the monologues later.
Yeah, Steve may not be with us for a portion of the program.
There's too much going on.
We'll designate him as our media coverage specialist.
Yes.
Going out there and just finding out what's going on.
I'll put my life on the line for this show.
Wondering what you were going to say. 508-531-1303. Give us a call. We're doing classic rock until 11 o'clock. The usual litany of places you can find us. You can like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack. You can follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. Search for us on YouTube. Just search for Saturday Night Soundtrack. Filter for channels. We're the first thing that's going to come up. And last but certainly not least is Livestream. Livestream.com is a website, and it's also a free app from the iTunes and Google Play stores.
And it's working.
Oh, it's working beautiful. If you look for us there, you're going to find us. All you have to do is search for WBIM. There's no buffering, no nothing. The other thing that you can do is if you follow us on Facebook or Twitter or any of those deals, we always post and tweet out the direct link to WBIM on Livestream, so you don't even have to go on there and search or anything like that. You can just click on the link and follow it, and done.
Yeah, and if you follow us, we'll give you $50.
No, we're not going to give you $50. Disclaimer, no $50.
You can also find us in the back alleys of your local neighborhood.
You might find Jared there. Once again, you're not going to find all of us there. And the Saturday Night Soundtrack does not endorse the back alley.
Yeah.
I think that's important to mention.
I'm just going to open up a store, and just call it the back alley.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are.
Things you need for the back alley.
Yeah, things that you need for the back alley.
What is going to be the merchandise
and then there'll be
there?
a section there called
The what? Oh, you faded.
Well, that show there's going to be that section called the
Yeah, okay.
and then there's going to be the section called the black market.
The old raincoat.
Oh, man.
That's wonderful.
We're back. I bet you're glad that Steve and I are like a 100% over here.
100%.
You know, the other reason I'm glad about that is the fact that from what I understand, we potentially
we have the best show on the show.
And we had on the show, the best show on the show. And potentially we have an influx of new listeners tonight,
we have
correct?
female listeners.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yes.
Supposedly. I don't know. Yeah.
They're not listening to the monologue.
So now that being the case, let me ask you this. Is there a possibility that we could get some betting action going on? If you're a betting person,
Betting
Steve,
or betting?
Betting.
Oh,
betting.
So
if you meant like I was linen or something.
No, so if you're a wager type person, right? I wonder what's the over under on how long before one of us offends someone.
10 minutes.
I think
given the fact that we have new listeners.
Let's see, we've been on for 2 minutes, so
we probably already did it.
And not only
we've
that,
offended Peter already.
but there could also be a side bet on how long, who's going to do who's going to make the first offense. Is it going to be Jared or is it going to be Steve? It's not going to be me because I'm a nice guy.
Who knows? You might be the wild card here, and you could just
be.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you just blurt something out.
But then we got Jared saying things like this.
There's some yoga pants, and then there's some skirts. I hope, because the door's open, I hope they listen to this.
We got stuff like that. The Barbetta button, by the way.
Uh-huh.
is our best friend in the world, and we got stuff like this.
I think that's because like, a lot of ladies' clothing requires a bunch of extra stuff like their faces do.
You know? So my money's on Jared for the first offense of the evening.
Yeah,
but
just wait.
We'll wait and see, I guess.
So that last comment there,
Yeah.
is it possible that could have offended someone already? Does that mean I meta offended somebody?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, then we're off to a great start.
It's very possible. It depends. It depends on how prudish the people are that you work with.
Well, it's 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, so I'm sure if you're inside your home, you're probably a prudish person.
Not necessarily.
That's fantastic.
You could be doing things inside
Add
your
that
home.
to the
not
Barbetta
prudish.
button 2.0.
I like that he doesn't even. I like that he ends up creating the offense without even trying. Basically, it just comes out. That's just how it goes.
There it is.
Yes.
Here it is. So what are we doing over there? What are you pressing buttons for?
I'm pressing buttons because I'm running this program.
Well, all right. Well, you going to tell
what he
these
does.
people what the next the song is?
I never really do that. I usually just say there's a new classic rock block coming up, and we're going to get into it.
Don't you hate it when you're like listening to the radio and then a song comes on and then you're like, oh, that was an amazing song. I want to know what it was. And you know the guy just didn't. It was like, oh,
Yeah, but
here's-
Rob always tells us.
I will
He
usually
tells
I'll
us.
usually recap after the fact, and that's how the show runs. If you don't like it, find another show.
Yes.
No,
You know?
don't find another show because there's
No,
no.
I'm telling
another
you
show
to
that
find
is-
another show,
that is
sir.
as good as our
I'm
show.
telling you to find another show to be on if you don't like
Put
how
that
it
back
runs.
on. There it is. Okay, good.
He was talking about his phone. Nothing else, by the way. All right, let's get into it. 508-531-1303. Big block of classic rock coming up. You got SNS on BIM.
So, you just spent hours putting together the perfect classic rock playlist?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's so cute. This Saturday night soundtrack with Rob Hicks on 91.5 WBIM.
Man, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. SNS radio show, and when I say man, I mean legitimately Man. The name of that group was Man. It was a live track, a deep cut for Steve. So thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about that band. That was the band was called Man. The song was called Out of Your Head. And you told me that that was one of those bands that us stupid Americans just didn't get a chance to get.
Well, I mean, not always the fault of the stupid Americans. I mean,
a lot of times it is the stupid Americans that run the radio companies, at least.
yeah, this was a band out of Wales. They came out of a band back in the 60s called the Bystanders.
Okay.
And they went on until like 1973, and then they dissolved. And then they came back again, like they usually do, in 83.
They just keep coming back. You
until
can't,
the present. So
can't stop
they're
them.
still going, but they didn't have too many hits, but that was one of the biggies.
Well, there you go. Great track on 45.
Exactly.
If any of you kids out there don't know what 45 is, well, turn off the radio.
Oh, you're stupid.
There we go. It's 7:37, and if Jared didn't already offend anyone, maybe we've got a new.
Hopefully I did.
Maybe we've got a new front runner here.
Yes,
Give us a call, 508-531-1303. Let us know what you want to hear. It's Classic Rock until 11 o'clock. Steve, you sent me the link to, and I had read the article just before that about apparently Roger Daltrey
Yes.
is not too much of a fan. And normally when something like this comes up, I usually start to badmouth whoever made the comment and start calling them irrelevant and all that sort of thing and say, well, what is it their business? Roger Daltrey has a reason to, basically he has the clout and he has the
He's the pedigree.
yeah, he has the talent and he has the pedigree to make pretty much whatever comment he wants, and he's sort of just echoing the feelings of everyone else. So he came out and said, in case anybody didn't see it, he came out and was talking about the AC/DC tour, which obviously it's now been confirmed, of course, that Axl Rose is going to be the front man for the remaining. It's at least 10 shows, correct?
Yes, it is.
Did they
10.
have they confirmed anything beyond that?
No.
Okay, so it's only the
Thank God.
Okay, so
Thank you.
so it's only the 10. And Roger Daltrey came out within the past week and made comments to the effect of basically saying, why would anybody want to see this karaoke act
Exactly.
with Axl Rose leading up AC/DC?
Exactly.
And then he said, quote, give me a break. He's probably thinking to himself, hey, when the Who did their, when we did our Turns 50 tour, and I unfortunately came down with viral meningitis, guess what we didn't do? We didn't get a new frontman. We just postponed the damn shows and then waited until I got better. And then, if we couldn't do them, we weren't going to do them at all.
Well, it seems like something's going on with that whole camp anyway. Because Brian put out a statement. He's like, well,
Yeah, he
wasn't
just
the
put
way
out
it
that
was-
statement this week, too.
Yeah, he was like, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. I could still be in the studio.
You can do smaller shows. You just can't do the arenas. And
Yeah,
you
he
can't
could
do the
do smaller
stadiums.
shows, and they're like,
No, he's
don't
still
know.
hoping to record with them, so
I mean, which
whatever.
at the same time, it's like, what right do you have to be like, you've got one member of your original band pretty much there.
Yeah.
Unless you count Chris. I'm assuming Chris Slade's still doing the drums on this tour.
I think so.
So unless so technically two. You're not talking Chris Slade wasn't original, but he's still in there, and he was, he's been there, part of the band on and off over 25 years. And, you've got Angus Young in there, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
Angus Young and Chris Slade is all you've got left
here's
from the AC/DC carcass.
The weird thing is that you've got Daltrey talking about this whilst being interviewed about the Coachella concerts that he's going to be doing in August.
Yep.
And you've got, the whole of the Who, you got Roger Waters, you've got Paul McCartney, you've got Rolling Stones. I mean, these are genuine bands.
Yeah, that thing's going to be insane. Genuine.
Still going.
So that is that's coming up that's part of Coachella, and that's coming up in August.
August 9th. Now, here's the thing. They're talking they're doing 3 dates, and then they're going to run it again the following weekend.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2 weekends worth of these iconic bands. I mean, just phenomenal.
I haven't looked up online, and I probably should, and I probably will at some point.
Yeah, you should.
I wonder what I wouldn't be able to go to it, but I'm wondering, just off the top of my head, what the ticket price possibly could be for something like that.
$175 before.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's stupid money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. I mean, you've got the headliners.
But it's not like $1,000 per ticket when you could buy 4 tickets and give $4,000 to like Adele, for example.
No.
I saw what you did there. And that was good.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
I
I
was just saying, it's nice that they've announced the headliners for each of the 3 days and the closing and opening acts. I want to see who else they're going to fill this with.
I mean, are they trying to make this as close to Woodstock as they can possibly get? I mean, you're talking 3 days of some of the most iconic musicians that are out there. I mean, not iconic by today's standards, but who cares?
Of course they are.
No, I'm saying not iconic in like today's current music is what I'm saying. But, like you said, who cares? Because I just want to see these guys, and I want to see them do what they do.
They have to fluff out the bill a little bit. They've got to throw in some other guys,
you would think. I'm sure as the date gets closer, they're going to start kind of filling in some more information, letting you know what the full lineup's going to be.
The contracts are apparently going to be signed this week, so
it's insane.
Yes.
What are the and here's the other question now is what are the chances that this whole thing is going to come off exactly as planned?
Oh, never.
At this point, like, is every band going to be there exactly as they said they would? Is somebody going to back out? Is there going to be some sort of disaster along the point? Someone's going to break a leg or sprain an ankle or something.
Well, the accidental injury thing is always a possibility, but these guys are professionals. They've been around for years. They're not going to screw this up. They're not going to do an Axl Rhodes on it.
Right. I mean, just borrow Dave Grohl's throne. He's passing it around to anybody who injures themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's out there it's out there for rental at this point, so just grab that and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Whatever the case is. You all right?
No.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Is this an off-the-air deal?
No.
He's having problems with his man parts again, I think.
No.
He sat in the parking lot too long.
No, because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be just like the show that happened already at Coachella. They're just going to be like, nothing happened.
Which one? Oh, the one last year?
No, the one a couple days ago.
Yes.
Oh, what happened? Well, nothing happened.
Exactly.
Like Guns N' Roses went on, and he showed up in the throne, and he was just bopping around in the throne.
Right.
And then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, everybody."
Angus was there.
Yeah, and then he brings out Angus.
Yeah, and Angus came out. That's right.
Yeah, and then
right.
it was like So it's going to be like nothing's going to happen.
So you're looking for a train wreck here.
I want a train wreck.
You're looking forward to the train wreck, which I understand that completely.
I want a train wreck like everybody else.
I get the feeling.
But the problem
Maybe this is when Keith dies.
The problem is that there's not going to be a train wreck.
No,
there's not going to be one.
What are you doing over there?
Damn it, guys, come on.
No, that's the problem, though. That's why I'm angry.
No, I know.
Because I want a train wreck.
No, I know.
Now, did you see the thing this week, the headline on Facebook, that Axl decided to pull out of the AC/DC ones? He doesn't want to do them anymore because he wants to go on tour with Poison.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, see, this is another reson why
that was a complete and utter.
That's why I don't use Facebook, because then you get stupid expletives like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, if you
imagine that Axl with Poison. Wow.
I could see it.
I could see it too.
But like, you know, you see
I think we
all-
need Axl taking over Gilmore's role in Pink Floyd. I think that'd be great.
They're just going to start plopping Axl into everybody's band who just needs a little. Hey, look, it's like a Photoshop deal, except Axl just keeps showing up.
It's Million Roses.
Axl on The Simpsons.
Who's gonna stop the rain? You know.
Oh,
Remember that?
Couldn't he
Remember that
take over
one?
from Dylan? Huh? He's going to be on the show. He could do the Dylan show.
Yeah.
tangled up in blue. Oh, give us a call, 508-531-1303. Another big classic rock block coming up. Kick it off with a song that everybody around here is going to be singing in a little bit.
Stay connected with these guys. Like the Saturday Night Soundtrack on Facebook. Follow SN Soundtrack on Twitter. And subscribe to the Saturday Night Soundtrack channel on YouTube. Now you can get as much of Rob, Jared, and Steve as you want. Anytime, anywhere. And who doesn't want that? SNS on BIM.
So Grateful Dead, 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack, wrapping up a block of classic rock. John Mellencamp before that. REO Speedwagon in there. Alice Cooper kicked it off. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta,
Oh,
Steve Rimmer.
man. Am I glad that there's one band that's gone?
What?
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that
Are you?
yeah.
They've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. I guess, did either of you watch that Bob Weir documentary? I think it was on Netflix.
No.
No interest.
Okay. I didn't really have that much of an interest either. I was just wondering how much he might have self-aggrandized himself in, as being the second guitarist behind Jerry Garcia. And I didn't know if he was trying to say that he was like, the brains behind a lot of the stuff that was going on
Oh,
or
he
whatever
was.
the case was. I was just curious as to how he was trying to play it up. But,
No, didn't see it.
well, that's fine. That's good.
Would
508
probably have been a Tom Petty moment for me.
508-531-1303. Give us a call. Let us know what you want to hear. We're doing Classic Rock until 11 o'clock. Thank you to Campus Pizza. We just got our food in, so...
It's hot.
Is it really?
Oh,
That's good.
yes.
Much like that conversation down the hallway.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, man.
The monologue girls?
Yes.
Monologue girls.
I was thinking to myself earlier when we were, we're an hour and 6 minutes into the program, and Mikey D has not made any sort of appearance
Yeah, what's
whatsoever.
the deal with that?
He hasn't even shown up. And, I figured he'd show up like he usually does and go, I can't be here for long. I got to hit and run.
You notice a pattern here, though?
What's that?
The last couple of weeks, he's been less and less.
I have. I think they're cracking down on him because I think someone somewhere along the way is like, hey, how does this guy disappear for 45 minutes at a time?
And how come he's on the radio
Right.
when he's supposed to be working?
All the clips are coming out.
His parole office is like, Mike, you got to reel that in, pal.
I'm expecting
Reel it
him.
in.
I'm expecting him to show up tonight and be like, I can't be here that long because of the vaginas. I gotta go I gotta go back down the hall for the vaginas. What? If anybody doesn't know, there's a production of the Vagina Monologues going on down the hall. That's what we're talking about. Nothing else. Mikey D's
No,
not.
truthfully, if a bunch of guys put out the penis monologues, do you think they'd
Oh, there'd be like an uproar.
Absolutely.
Oh, you guys
go
can't be talking about penises.
Whoa. Whoa.
You guys are talking about forests
Can't
and stuff?
happen.
No.
Can't
no
happen.
way.
Can't happen.
But we can say that word because
Freeskins?
it's scientific.
Absolutely. You know what else? You know what else we can say is we can talk about the fact that unfortunately Prince passed away this past week. Obviously, everybody has been talking about it ad nauseum. John Coombs did a whole tribute show to him earlier. Mike Holmes, I know before us, played a couple of cuts from Prince. You're not going to be hearing any Prince from us.
Nope.
Because Prince doesn't fall under classic rock. However, what you will hear is. It seems like whenever these people pass away,
I'm sure someone will disagree that he doesn't fall into classic rock.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
they will,
whatever.
but he doesn't fall under what I play for classic rock, so that's fine.
And I agree.
Yeah, and in that same vein, every time someone passes away, I try to think back to see if we've had any meaningful conversations about them on the program. And well, as it turns out, almost a year ago to the day, it was early May, as a matter of fact, that we had this conversation on the air about Prince, and well, it was just unfortunate.
What's your guys' opinion about Prince putting out a Baltimore song?
I'm fine with it.
Money!
No, because it's most likely going to be free.
Nothing is free, so.
Now, you're saying the Prince thing's free, but he's got it on Tidal. So he's making money off it.
Do you really think that Prince would do something for free?
Yeah, actually I do. He released a record that was like
doe-eyed innocent, sir.
It was like 4 CDs packaged as one for like $7.
That's not free.
I don't care. It's still $7 for 4 CDs.
Now, you see, this is the thing. He's promoting his hit and run tour. Oh, here's the thing. It's a free concert, but you can only get tickets for it if you're paying to be on Tidal in the first place.
There you go.
Free.
Making money for Tidal. Tidal's kicking him a little something under the table.
The two of you.
Garbage.
Like, look, you can listen to the song right now for free.
Why would I want to listen to anything that Prince does?
I wouldn't even listen to
Prince is
garbage.
actually, he's a phenomenal musician.
Can't stand him.
He's great.
I'm taking over Jared's roles on this radio show as of right now.
I can't stand Prince. Let that be known.
I'm tired of his guitar virtuoso.
Yes.
Noodling the strings. I hate it.
Garbage.
I still stand by that. That guy.
I mean, at least Jared was the one, at least in paying tribute to Prince this week, in light of his passing at the age of 57, Jared could at least have been the voice of dissonance and the minority on this program and coming out and saying that, well, he actually likes what Prince does.
I do. I did.
Yeah, we switched on that one.
Yeah, it was definitely opposite day that day. Apparently, I don't know what it was.
I saw that documentary today. I watched a few of them, and I'm like, every freaking song sounds the damn same. It's like, it's funk, it's his little twiddly guitar bit, his little high-pitched voice. Lucid Arbor going friggin' drum for death.
I remember at one point in time, I had like the, I had the Batman soundtrack in my CD player on the way to school or whatever, and someone saw it, and they're like, oh man, Prince, you must be gay. Like, what? Come on. But the funny thing is,
John King likes Prince.
nothing wrong with Prince. He's good. He was a good musician. But what I'm saying is, like, now it's funny because now everybody is like, oh man, Prince. Oh, look at this Super Bowl, amazing Super Bowl thing that Prince has done.
Right,
like,
nobody gave a crap before.
Yeah, and before, like, they would always like, oh, that guy must be gay, or blah blah blah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Wrong with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But like, everybody's like now like.
It's called bandwagon.
Yeah, everyone's on the bandwagon about it, and it's kind of like after all the deaths that we've had so far, I'm kind of sick of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll admit, I'm not like as big of a Bowie fan as Steve is.
A few people are.
No, but I enjoy Bowie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I am familiar with his music and all that other stuff, right? Sure. But the thing of it is like I told you at the office I was working at, someone's like, oh, man, Bowie put out a record out. Can you believe that? It's the first record that he had out in like 18 years. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You idiot. You know what I mean? And you got all these people that are like, oh, man, I love Bowie. Bowie's great. Like, he's the best musician ever. It's like, who are you? Where were you when, like, these things have come out before? You meatball. You know what I mean?
Very restrained, though. So
Yeah.
Meatball.
Yeah, I like that. I like it.
But like it's just like Motorhead, right? I've been a big fan of Motorhead, as you know, right? And then all these people, oh man, Motorhead! I can't believe Lemmy Kilmister went under. That's crazy. I thought Richards would die for. Shut up! Shut up! You do not know what you're talking about. I can't stand this bandwagoning business that's been going on lately.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the good thing that I can tell you is that I can pretty much promise that Steve and I are not going to bandwagon in any way, shape, or form on this situation.
Nope,
because I'm
not at
still
all.
not a fan. I mean, Steve went as far as to watch a Prince documentary, which he said was interesting, but still probably
You know why I
probably
watched
are not that enamored with his music.
I
though.
watched it because I wanted to make sure that I was right in my assertion of what I felt about him.
I wanted
and
to make
certainly am.
I wanted to make sure I still thought he sucked.
And he did.
I still remember the VH1 show that he did where him and another guy that Steve doesn't like, Tom Petty, did.
No.
Oh, they did
Why don't you just throw Phil Collins into the mix?
I think he was there too. I'm not sure, but like they did a rendition of like "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," and like all of a sudden, like you didn't know it was going to happen, but Prince comes out swaggering out like he does, and he just rips into this massive, awesome solo of like "While My Guitar Gently Weeps."
Weeps.
You know what I mean? It's like what?
It could sweep.
Well, I mean, there is a reference to floor
Could be a
sweeping in the
janitor.
song, so
Yeah,
it's
but
fine.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. First of all, calm down, sir.
Yeah.
Your blood pressure is going to go through the roof.
I just can't stand all
You're
these.
eating
I can't stand all these people who just get on the bandwagon.
You're eating some sodium-filled food, and I'm concerned about you.
Who's driving the bandwagon?
Oh my God! Why is there yelling?
Oh, we've started.
hey, you know what? I want to eat some of my food. And as Steve puts a big mouthful in his mouth, how about you?
Food.
Yeah. How about you tell us about the song we got coming up from Medicine Head?
It was a number 3 hit in England. It was the best song they had at the time. That's all I know.
Anybody, I was going to say, anybody notable in this band or no?
No, these are all British bands that really didn't go much further than Britain.
Oh, they all died and we all love them. They're greatest musicians
I'm
ever.
a huge Medicine Head
Oh,
fan.
my God. Watch, like you watch in like 50 years when Justin Bieber dies, everybody's going to like him.
91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Give us a call. Let us know what you want to hear. 508-531-1303. We're doing classic rock till 11 o'clock like we always do. SNS on BIM.
Don't need nobody.
It's Boston. And 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. SNS radio show wrapping up a block of classic rock. For that, heard from the Foo Fighters, a double shot from the Who. Bad Company was also in there. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbatos, Steve Rimmer. Bad Company's in here. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Yes, he is.
Give us a call, 508-531-1303. And like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack. You can follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. Check out our YouTube channel. Just search for Saturday Night Soundtrack. Filter for channels. We're the first thing that comes up. All of our old shows are up there, so you can check those out as well. And livestream.com. It's a website, of course, and also a free app in the iTunes and Google Play stores. It works flawlessly. All you got to do is search for WBIM or follow the links that we always post. That goes right to the station, and you can hear us from anywhere.
And don't forget.
No, not live
No,
journal.
he's going to do it again.
No, wait, no.
Don't forget
there is
the unmanned bathroom stall in your local bathroom.
Yeah, hey, speaking of which, and I was going to talk about this, and this is as good a time as any. So the whole big conversation and controversy all going on, of course. I plead ignorance here because I don't know necessarily if this has just been kicked up because of the whole Bruce Springsteen deal. Where he canceled out on his concert.
There's been a few more.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm saying as far as the actual law is concerned, has anything recently in various places been signed into law?
Oh yes,
or out? Okay.
Oh no, they signed it into law, and that's what.
So that's what it is.
Thing.
So as soon as that happened, he said no.
Yeah, no. I mean, are you supposed to carry your birth certificate with you now?
Apparently so.
Here's a question.
What?
Yeah.
Right, like so those bakers, right? Who denied people?
Oh, the cake.
Right.
People.
Yeah, like isn't this kind of the same situation? But like,
yeah, I'm seeing people post stuff like that online. Mostly from my conservative friends who are basically saying why is this rock star being considered a hero for refusing to perform and basically serve his customers per se, and that's heroic, but it's not heroic when the cake bakers did the same thing. And
I see the point.
It's such a gray area. I got to tell you.
I'd like him to do something like they did with South Africa when they did that whole Sun City thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fulfill your commitments because people have paid money.
Correct.
They're your fans. They need to see you. Just fulfill those, but never play there again until they get this stupid rule lifted.
Yeah, I could see that.
That would make more sense.
I could see that happening as well.
One artist did say that was the point for him. I've forgotten who it was now, but one of them was saying, I'm going to go down, I'm going to play the dates that I've already set up because people have bought tickets, they've given me their money, and then after that, I won't ever go there again until they change this stupid rule.
Yeah. Like, my whole take on it, as you guys know, I could care less.
Mm-hmm.
I could care less who's in that bathroom with me.
Right.
Because, like, on one hand...
On the one hand...
Yeah, there is a situation there that, like, that if someone attractive walks in and then, you got to do things. You're gonna wait.
Yes,
you know what I mean. But on the other hand, since the dawn,
you don't want to be, as you said to us in the message, dropping cake.
Yes, I don't want to be dropping cake.
The logs need to stay in.
Yeah, no rope cutting there.
SNS attempts to take on weighty social issues.
Weighty.
With our usual wit and charm.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And maturity.
But anyway, so since the dawn of time, like in ancient Rome.
Here he goes with the Romes and the Greeks again.
In the ancient Rome and the ancient Greeks, right? They just sat on mud holes, like right next to each other. Boy, girl, doesn't matter.
On
Guy,
blocks.
boy, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They were sitting next to each other, like, you know, as close as I could get to Steve. It didn't matter. Right?
Yeah, but the Roman guys were raping small boys at that
Well,
point in time.
again, but that's more
Did
than
you
the
just
point.
almost say that doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, right? It does, because no one cared. No one cared if like a woman walked in or a guy walked in and sat right down here. Hey, Joe, how you doing? I'm doing good. What are you doing? I don't know. I ate a lot of cheese and I'm having problems.
the problem is though that society. I'm not arguing for the law in no way. I'm just playing a devil's
nor
advocate.
am
I was going to play the devil's advocate.
Okay, well you go ahead.
God's
Then.
sake.
Go do it.
No, I did it to the wife last night and I got shot down in flames.
Well, it usually happens to me.
Oh, yeah.
Would you
I said, well, what now if a guy decides to just put on a dress and go and hang out in a ladies' restroom? And he's a pervy. Can he get away with it now? And she's like, that's always been the argument. They've been doing that for years anyway. I didn't remember. I didn't recall hearing anything about this.
Well, yeah, I mean that's always the thing. That's always the thing. Like
Yeah.
it's always going to be there. It doesn't matter who,
Right.
like if someone changes their sexual identity or not. There's going to be some pervy in there.
Right, and not only that, not only somebody pervy, but it could be. Pervs are not. I mean, they could like the opposite sex, and they could like the same sex, and it's not going to matter. You know, the point is, you can't get rid of the whole pervy factor by just saying we're going to discriminate against this group of individuals because we
Yes,
think this
that's
could
true.
contribute to perviness. But perviness comes in all shapes, sizes, preferences,
Talking about-
same sex, opposite sex, everything.
With the goodness of your dear wife, did you find out if ladies do strange things in bathrooms?
I mean,
Because I know they do more than men do. Men go in, they do what they're going to do, and they get out of there.
to a degree. I mean,
Women take their
fixing my
pocketbooks
makeup.
with them.
women take pocketbooks with them. Sometimes, depending on what week it is, if you get my meaning,
That
there's other
bit I
things that have
know.
to occur. Like you said, there are other things that have
But
to be
I think they do
straightened and adjusted.
a little bit of this.
That happens, and
a little
some
bit of that.
some are a little bit more willing to expose a little bit more when doing it than others.
Yeah,
and I think that's
is this boy got to like the cut of these?
right. I mean, my
guys to a point will do that too. Okay,
they will, and
Really?
it's uncomfortable then as well.
Well, yeah, it's always uncomfortable. That's the problem. It's always uncomfortable. It doesn't matter.
I mean, like, I can be, I go to work and I can be and this has happened where I can be in the men's room with another guy and, we're both dressed as men, clearly. And this guy is like, finds the need to completely tuck his shirt into his pants by taking his pants down to his knees in front of the mirror and retucking his shirt.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
don't
that.
necessarily need to see that, but it's happening and I just got to deal with it. It's life.
I saw that in the break room at Wegmans once.
I mean,
Really?
I'm not going to do it, but I get that. Okay, so it is technically the men's room. So
I mean, like,
okay.
like, have you ever been to the bathroom at South Station? Good God, the things that go on in there.
Unfortunately, yes. And
The things that go on in there.
I pretty much, I go in, like, I look like my 14 or 15-year-old cat when I go in. Like, one eye's completely shut, the other eye's, like, half open. I go in, I don't even know if anything gets where it's supposed to go, but I don't give a frig, and then I get the hell out of there.
But, that's the thing, man. Like, all right, so if they're going to do this whole thing where you got to check your birth certificate, right? Like,
See,
in order
that's
to go
so
to the bathroom.
stupid.
And
to
how is
begin
this
with.
how is this going to work, too? What are there going to be checkpoints?
You're going to have some big Joe there sitting there at the door, like, oh, let me see your ID.
And should it be a big Joe or should it be a lady,
or
depending
maybe
on
it's
which
both.
room it is?
Maybe it's both at the same time.
You know what
We're
I'm
like,
saying?
But then, so if you're going to have that, then why don't you just throw the whole thing out, right? Just throw the whole thing out and just have one stall bathrooms.
With glass doors.
No. No.
Yes.
Just one big wooden door, one toilet,
Right.
and one sink, and that's it. F everybody.
Or as our mutual friend recommended, everybody has a crowbar in their car. Just rip the plates off the wall. Done.
Done.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Boom.
Very nice.
But you know what I mean? Like if that's the extent you're going to go to, because like where does it end? Where does it end? You're going to be like, oh man, we can't let the gays use the men's room, because I don't want to be looked at by by a man that likes men.
Right.
So what do you do then? Like, so where does the madness end? The madness ends when you just get one door.
My age, I don't care who looks at me. I'll take it all.
He doesn't mean here on this program, by the way. Just for the record, he doesn't mean here on this program.
But that's my
I mean, Steve already had hernia surgery. He already had like
I've been
5,
through
10,
that. I've
15
had
people
people
looking at him at a time. And which is
Shaving.
moving things over,
Yeah, moving
shifting things
things.
around.
disconcerting situation.
It probably took 2 or 3 of them to move things around,
And then you wake up in the recovery room and you're like, how many of these people? I don't know.
Is this considered cheating? But that's where I think that's have to be the question. Like, all right, so how far are we going to take this? Because then, maybe
all the way.
Maybe I don't feel comfortable going to the bathroom when there's children in the damn room.
Maybe
Let's have our own children's bathroom. Screw it.
Actually, that's one of the points that people have made, is keep the bathrooms as unisex as possible, but have a separate one for children.
Right, and it is a good, a good point, yeah.
Screw it. I'm telling you, one room, one stall, that's it, and just make the lines forever. I don't care if I go to Gillette Stadium and I got to wait on the 5th row on the 8th balcony all the way down to the bathrooms. They're on the basement floor because I'm waiting on all that. That's good. And, you know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care anymore because this world sucks. You know what I mean?
And,
I'm sick and tired of these people. Oh, man, I don't want to use the bathroom because that person might have been a woman.
Then go in your pants.
Or a man from like 18 years ago. I don't care.
Pull the Steve that he's been dying to do for years and just wear Depends. Or I think we determined that Depends were just for leaks. Whatever is not just for leaks. Whatever is for the main event. Get a whole bunch of those.
Catheter. Screw it.
Stock up and just live in your cubby hole.
No, I'm just going to get a catheter and just live in a tree and just be like, F you all. I can't handle you people anymore. You bunch of people that jumping on bandwagons and discriminating people. Oh, man, I'm telling you.
With that, we got another classic rock block coming up. We got a request on deck for Joanne, who's working down at Bogart's.
There we go. How you doing?
And,
hello, Joanne.
She wanted to hear some sticks, so we got sticks on deck, so let's get into it.
Yeah, we got sticks.
There you go.
It's happening.
Oh, we got sticks. We'll go to the bathroom with them.
Whether you're spending a night in town or just a night in, we've got you covered. It's All Request Classic Rock on Bridgewater's Saturday night soundtrack with Rob Hicks at 91.5 WBIM.
Soundgarden 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday night soundtrack before that, a Beatles double shot of sorts. Had George Harrison's My Sweet Lord, followed by Paul McCartney's Band on the Run. And Styx was before that for Joanne. Working hard down at Bogart's. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer, 9:05.
We need free drinks. That's what we need.
Just put them all in a to-go cup and bring them down here to WBIM because that's absolutely legal. There's no problem. Well, if you bring things that just still have the caps on them and haven't been, unsealed, then you're totally fine. You're totally fine. At that point, it's just... merchandise.
Yes.
We're going to do another edition of weird British phrases and sentences and words that confuse Americans. We're doing this partially against my better judgment because this is how it went with round one.
It's an utter
Not sure you can say that.
Oh man!
It's just the name of a pregnant goldfish.
You can't say it here in the U.S.
Oh, you can't?
No. Oh, that's a big one. No. That's right up there with the F-bomb. Oh yeah.
And the C-bomb.
I did not know that. I better stop using that at work then.
You haven't used it on the show up until now. So with that good history behind us, we've come up with another list. Well, we haven't come up with the list. The internet's come up with the list because let's face it, how do we have time for that?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is 12. So where did this originally come from? It looks like it says Indy 100. What is this?
I haven't a clue what that is.
Oh, okay. And I saw it from a couple of different places. So I
think it was all kind of jumping on the back of the fact that the Queen turned 90 this month.
Oh.
So they were
on your birthday, as a matter of fact, as well.
My birthday, yes.
Back on April 21st. By the way, happy belated birthday,
thank you.
Steve,
belated birthday.
here on the program. Jared had the distinction of having his birthday on the day we were on the program, and now we're just like, oh yeah, hey Steve, happy birthday to you.
Thursday.
So,
but yeah, it's 12 phrases that will be utter gobbledygook to everyone else but the British.
Are you sure?
That's what it says.
Yeah, but
And the first one is Bob's your uncle.
Oh.
And Fanny's your aunt. Which just basically means there you are. But here's the fun thing. Going off tonight's theme, Fanny is also the British slang for vagina.
Well, there you go. This is already this is already going as well as I expected.
It's an utter I mean, the second one you got to know. You've lost the plot.
You've lost the plot. I've heard
That's
that.
easy.
I've heard that as well.
I love the example here is Donald Trump has completely lost the plot.
Yeah.
So they brought that right up to date.
Donkey's years is the next one.
Just a really long time.
A really long time. Okay.
I presume a donkey's years are longer than a human's years.
I would assume. I don't really know.
Donkey? No, it can't be.
Hey guys, let's have a chinwag.
Chinwag, that's what we're doing right now. We're talking to each other. We're having a chinwag.
That's been around in America.
Yep.
I've heard that.
This one showed up in the list we did a couple of weeks ago. Manky.
Yep.
Which is used to discern. Now here, before it said. Oh no, I guess that's the same thing. It said it describes something disgusting.
Yep. But I like the way it says, according to some, it may be a variation of the 1950s word for mutilated,
which is mank.
Mank. Well, yeah, I would imagine it's a division of mank, because it had a Y to it. You're not that far away from it.
True.
Manky.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Number 6 is that's a dawdle.
Yeah, that was easy. Everybody knows that one.
I don't know that one.
Really?
I've never heard that in my life.
Oh.
I've heard it.
Well, you're more worldly than I am, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Stuffed. Which is number 7.
I like how the description here says it's an alternative to the much ruder phrase. Yes, it's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But it still has dirty connotations.
Yeah, F off.
Oh, man.
Get stuffed.
I like number 8.
You got the hump. Yep, that's good. Yep, aggressive way of saying that they're annoyed. or doing something that Jared was probably doing in his car waiting for us to get here tonight.
I don't.
And he was at a loose end, I would imagine.
He was. No, I don't think. And at a loose end means bored. So bored. But I don't think.
It means doesn't know what to do.
I don't think he was that bored.
You just don't know what to do with yourself. You're at a loose end, or you could have a loose end in your hand.
Now, number 10 is number 10's one that's frequently used here in America.
Exactly.
Penny for your thoughts.
And yet you never really use the term penny for currency in this country, yeah? Was the cent ever called a penny?
No, yeah, it was, yeah. And
Okay.
it is.
It's not a penny, though. It's
like
a cent.
if you find a penny in the street, you wouldn't say I found a cent. You'd say I found a penny.
Why? It's not a penny.
But that's just what it's.
Stupid Yanks.
Stupid Yanks is number 13 on the list. The next one says I'm not being funny, but. And it says it just usually prerequisites a bizarre statement.
Yeah. See a man about a dog now, number 12. That's something we're having difficulty with tonight.
Oh, really?
We can't go downstairs like we normally do. We have to go down the hallway.
Yeah, that means I'm going to use the toilet. And by the way, after this segment, I'm going to play a request for Steve the Sleeve, during which I'm going to see a man about a dog.
There you go.
Because it's going to be necessary.
Very similar to Point Percy at the Porcelain.
I like that one a little better.
Yes.
I like that a little better. So tune in.
There you go.
I don't know when the hell, but we'll probably do round 3 of
as soon as we find it.
Confusing words that British people use, and it may be like this list, or you may get something like
It's an utter
you never know. You never know what you're going to get on this show.
No, you don't.
508-503-1303. Give us a call. Let us know what you want to hear. And like I said, we got a request for Steve the Sleeve. You all right?
You all right there? Cramp, it's okay. It's just cramp.
This is what happens when you have old manky men doing your radio program. Every once in a while, one of them is just going to all of a sudden get a cramp, and it's just not going to be It's just not going to be good.
We're okay now.
Good. Everything.
Yes.
Everyone's great.
We're good.
It's fine. Not a problem. Another big block of classic rock coming up. Give us a call. It's 508-531-1303. Peter Frampton's on deck next. SNS on BIM.
Call in your classic rock request now at 508-531-1303. If you don't, Rob Hicks will play a half an hour of Bruce Hornsby.
That's just the way it is.
This is your chance to save the town of Bridgewater. 91.5 WBIM.
It's Metallica. 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. SNS radio show. That one was courtesy of Jared Barbetta.
Yeah. Interestingly enough about that song is that that year they got signed to their record label, Elektra Records, and they came to them and they're like, listen, we need to have at least one radio hit, like one radio song. And they were pissed and like, we're not going to do that. We've done this without that. And they're like, no, you're gonna do it. It's the condition of writing this. So they wrote that song, which is basically like, you're not going to tell me what to do. I want to do my own thing. Blah,
and that
blah,
song,
blah.
by the way, was called Escape, and that was off the Ride the Lightning album.
Yep. And, and then instead what they did was in the 11th hour, they were back and forthing with the contract to send out this song, right? The single for the album. And they were doing telefax, which is before faxes, as you know.
I remember that. Not just me.
So they sent it out, but instead they swapped out the song and they made it one song below on the track list, which is the next song, Creeping Death, which is like one of their bigger songs. Like I think it's like the second most played songs that they've done live. And it was only released out in but when the record company caught it, it was only released out in the UK. In Europe, as that's the single, because they refused. They signed the contract, and the record label's like, oh, okay, cool, the contract's on. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, it's a legal binding document. So, they were stuck with it.
We're cooked.
Yeah, they're
done.
Yeah, they boned those guys pretty good.
Nice.
Hilarious. And so, again, like, the part that I find funny is that, like, you know, it was supposed to be played on the radio. It never got played on the radio until tonight.
Well, there you go.
I'm sure other people played it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. You probably haven't heard it in a while. Now you just heard it on SNS. Again,
well, then again, we do a lot of firsts here.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We've talked about Spirit versus Led Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah. We did that first.
Oh, yeah. We got something over there for you.
All right. We'll bring that in and we'll do it in the next play. Why is jerk necessary?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I'm all hot and bothered.
Before Metallica, we heard Jethro Tull and then kicked everything off with Peter Frampton, which was a request for Steve the Sleeve, who, by the way, called and confirmed for us that Mikey D is under he's under some strict supervisory control at this point because he didn't say. Well, no, he didn't say that it was because of the fact that he spends a lot of time here on the program or up here in the studio in general. He just said that it was because graduation's coming up. And he's very busy, which is malarkey.
Yeah,
because
he was here previously.
Try to remember last year before graduation. You couldn't pry the guy away from the studio.
No.
Trust me, I've gone through old episodes because of something that I'm doing and putting together, and that guy is prolific across episode and episode all the way through May and definitely in April.
They're on to him.
They're definitely on to him.
His parole officer.
Somebody somewhere is definitely sitting there going, how are you there for 20, 30 minutes at a time on the radio when you're supposed to be dumping out trash cans and cleaning toilets?
Yeah. Cleaning dumps.
It's a deal.
Real quick, too, just to throw another fact out there. I think it was hilarious that you played Jethro Tull before that one, before the Metallica track, because in '89 they lost to Jethro Tull for the best heavy metal album.
Yes, they did.
I did that on purpose.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
He's a good guy.
Sometimes I undercut your cleverness.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes things just like,
Do you know what Jethro Tull's first single came out credited to?
I don't know.
Jethro Tull.
I could care less.
Jethro Tull.
I don't like Jethro Tull and a stupid
They
flute.
made a mistake, so it became Jethro Tull.
I don't like Jethro Tull. Let that be known. Yeah. I don't know why you sound like Mikey D. I don't know.
Well, somebody's going to take his place.
Hey, can I go on a rant here for a minute?
Let's do it.
Because I haven't done this in a while.
Ranty.
This is a rant that I actually went on last year, but I feel like it's important enough to do again because of something recently that happened, as a matter of fact.
Someone touched you in an inappropriate place.
No. So we're getting into the... Can I turn his mic off?
I wish you could, sir.
So, but I want to leave yours on. I just want to, I want to split the difference.
There you go. That works.
Fixed it.
But Peter,
you can still hear me because I'm an animal.
Peter George, we may need your help at some point. So it's getting to be nicer weather now, and everything is. You're going to start seeing. Motorcycles everywhere.
Yes.
Because this is the climate for it and all that. And along with motorcycles, you're going to start seeing the signs that tell you to look twice and save a life. Motorcycles could be everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Share the road. All of this kind of junk, right? So in conjunction with that, I'm driving on Route 3 the other day, and all of a sudden in my rearview mirror, I see a motorcycle ride right up behind me and basically just end up weaving in between me and another car that was in the other lane.
Ooh.
Get between both of us, and then weave back over to the left into the lane after that. Mm-hmm. So to that, let me say this.
What sort of bike was it? Just out of interest?
I don't even know.
No,
I couldn't even tell you.
Was it something like a Harley, or was it one of those Japanese things?
It might have been one of the Japanese things.
Exactly.
I don't believe it was a Harley because I don't think it didn't have that chopper look to it.
That's
you know what I mean?
Distinction you have to make. Because
Right.
I have several friends that drive the classic American motorcycle, and they don't drive like idiots.
Right, that's the thing.
The kids on the Japanese bikes drive like
And
idiots.
I am not saying in any way that you should not look out for people and you shouldn't be careful, because I think everybody has a responsibility to be careful. And in conjunction with that is the fact that the people on the motorcycles have a responsibility to be careful. I don't want to hit you.
Yep.
And you don't want to get hit by me.
Exactly.
And the problem is that as soon as somebody in a regular-sized vehicle hits somebody on a motorcycle, the automatic assumption is that the person in the regular-sized vehicle was being negligent and not paying any attention, and not the fact that the person who was riding on the bike was being an a-hole and weaving in and out of crap. So here's my thing. Don't do it.
No.
Just drive like a normal human being. Pretend you're in a regular car. If a regular car couldn't do the maneuver you're attempting to do, you're not in Fast and the Furious. Don't do that shit. Don't do that stuff. And just make sure that you stay in the lane that you're supposed to be in. And that is.
I don't know what just happened there.
And that's what I say.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. Because the thing is, that, like I said, you're going to ruin... Well, first of all, you're going to ruin your life because you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
You're going to ruin my life because everybody's going to assume that I was irresponsible and I weaved into the lane and I knocked you over or did something, which I very easily could have done had I just looked off to my left a little bit. If I had just, you know how people drift all the time.
Yeah.
There are people who can't, in regular-sized vehicles, who can't even figure out what friggin' lane they want to be in.
They don't see that middle
you know what I
lane
mean? So, I mean,
marking.
So if you're one of those people, or, you know, if you're like an 85-year-old driver who's like already kind of weaving over the lines to begin with, you shouldn't be on the road. But if you're still doing that, you're going to weave into another motorcycle, and you're probably going to kill them.
Yes.
Or a Japanese bike, or whatever the case may be. And I will say, to your point, that you're right, that I have not seen anybody on an like a Harley or really an American motorcycle being a jackass.
No. It's the kids, usually.
I never see that. I don't know how old this person was because they had the helmet on and they went by in a blur. I couldn't tell from their clothing. All I could tell was that it was a moron.
It was a crotch rocket.
What I would like to see, what I would like to see is, along with the signs that say check twice and save a life and all that good stuff, I would also like to see another sign that says, hey, if you're on a bike, don't be a Richard.
Exactly.
Or, just to drive like a sensible human being. Don't be a moron, and everybody's going to get where they need to be, and nobody runs the risk of being plowed over.
Exactly.
How would that be?
Yes.
My thing is, like, those things, when you're hanging out in your living room, you're watching TV or something, you hear those things. So, like, I don't understand what all this business is about, like, watch out for him, because I can hear him from a mile away.
Well, if you're in a vehicle and you got your radio going, you can't hear. I didn't hear the guy coming up behind me and then all of a sudden, you know, weaving in between me and the person next to me like a son of a bitch. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it at all.
I'm sitting there watching a Michael Bay film.
Well, that's your first problem right there.
But, like, you know, in, like, the sound blaring, and then you still hear, like, this motorcycle whining away in the background. You know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't understand. I just don't understand. Don't be an idiot is basically my point. That's all you just don't. It's not necessary. Have you gotten any confirmation from any of the people who are potentially listening to us as to whether or not they're listening to us?
Maybe you wouldn't like to know. Maybe you wouldn't like to know.
None.
So
I know.
I mean, are you in contact with these people, and are they telling you if they're listening or not? Is basically my question.
One did.
One did?
Yeah.
When did?
But I don't have the other people's phone numbers.
When did that end? Can you give us an exact segment? This one,
I don't know.
One before? That's all I'm looking for.
Maybe around the time the bomb was dropped.
If that's all it takes, then I don't know what to tell you. You work with some prudish people if that's the case. 508-531-1303. Let's continue offending people as much as we can, especially those who ride stupid Japanese motorcycles.
I'm bringing this in.
That you shouldn't even be driving around. Oh, good. Good, bring that in.
Yeah. Oh, Tom Dowd did the remix on this. Oh, interesting.
Wow, look at that. Wow. Another big block of classic rock coming up. You listen to SNS on BIM.
The best reason to listen to WBIM on Saturday nights instead of your iPod. Size matters. The largest library of classic rock in Bridgewater is on. This Saturday night soundtrack with Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, and Steve Rimmer. 91.5 WBIM.
It's the one they call God. Eric Clapton at 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack, that was off to his August album. Before that, had a double shot of Run songs. We heard Bruce Springsteen with Born to Run, and before that, JoJo Gunn, which was a band that Steve brought in again, a song called Run, Run, Run. And you had pointed out to me that that's a song that, or that's a band that actually has a little bit of connection with Led Zeppelin at this point.
Well, yeah, it was two former members of the band Spirit that, of course, recorded or created the song Taurus, was it?
Yes, Taurus, yes.
Zeppelin stole the crap out of to make Stairway to Heaven. Court case pending.
Which, by the way,
pending.
Which, by the way, we reported first.
Oh, yeah.
WBCN.
BCN. And we're going to play them back to back. Well, yeah, SNS did that, months ago?
Yeah, they did.
Stuff it, you horses.
508-531-1303. If you want to talk to any of us, I don't understand why you would, but if you do, you can give us a call. Let us know what you want to hear. We got one big block of classic rock left for the evening, so you can make your request part of that. As always, we remind you to like us on Facebook, Saturday Night Soundtrack. Follow us on Twitter at SN Soundtrack. And check us out on YouTube. Just search for Saturday Night Soundtrack, filter for channels, and we'll pop right up there. All our past programs are up there, and hours and hours and hours of entertainment.
And you'll also find us at your local grocery store on Fridays.
Sometimes.
Or you'll find us at Cumberland Farms at like 11:45 on a Saturday night, buying some chocolate milk.
Because we're adults. I don't know what was going on with me. I was having an episode, I think.
When was this?
This episode is that you get when you're older, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some reason...
Some of us do.
Well, some reason I was going through this episode where I just needed chocolate milk for a whole week.
Yeah.
So, Rob's in the car. I'm like, Rob, this chocolate milk is...
You cleaned your bathroom
we talked about it a couple of weeks.
But I'm just saying,
you were all excited about the chocolate milk, and you sold me on chocolate milk, and then 2 weeks in a row, I bought friggin' chocolate milk on the way home from the show, and I was like, I don't even understand why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not even operating under my own will.
Nope.
But there you go.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, Jared has such a crippling addiction right now. I have to help him out with his chocolate milk addiction.
Well, I have to admit, I drink those Carnation instant breakfast drinks in the morning, and I go back and forth between vanilla and chocolate. So 1 week it's chocolate, one...
Do you ever mix? Do you ever go crazy and mix them? Just be absolutely insane?
I buy 1 6-pack at a time. So
okay.
The best chocolate milk, I have to say, is Oakhurst chocolate milk.
Oakhurst?
Oakhurst, yeah.
Okay.
He's all about the Oakhurst.
Oh, yeah. It's made up in Maine, so it's sort of local, right?
Pretty local. It's New England. Yeah.
Well, in Once Upon a Time, Maine used to be considered Massachusetts. I didn't know that. But anyway, for the idiots that are listening. But it's the thing that tastes the closest to homemade chocolate milk.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't taste like thickened water with milk in it.
How do you make homemade
or
chocolate milk?
Huh? You take a glass, you take some what is it?
Syrup?
Syrup or
Hershey syrup?
No, I was thinking about the Bosco. You take some Bosco.
Oh, yeah, Bosco.
You throw the Bosco in there, and you just mix the thing up.
Very animated.
He is.
Yes.
He is, which is good. And it's 10:09, and he's still got it.
Noticed that.
So that's good. Yeah.
Screw the wall. I ain't hitting a wall.
Hey, we usually try to mention all the current events that have happened, and this year, especially people who have died and whatnot.
The guy who died played Barney.
In addition to what? In addition to Prince, Chyna just died this past week.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was.
That's another one I don't regret.
So she was
6 billion people.
So she was 45, and obviously on some. I'm sure it's going to come out.
She was 45 and speeding up to 80.
Correct.
She was 45.
She was 45.
Holy hell, she looked like 80.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And this is where my limitation comes in.
You can buy those pills over the counter.
Yes. This is where my limitation of maturity comes in, okay? Because I've never been a wrestling fan. I'm not a wrestling fan. Never will be. Never have been.
Stupid.
The only reason that I know about Chyna is because I remember when I was working at Suncoast, my manager at the time was extremely enamored with her. And I remember... so I remember at the time that was right around the time that she came out with her Playboy spread. And I remember he had the Playboy in the back room, right? And people were...
That's an HR issue
people
right
were making people were making, sticky pages jokes and all that, her, because we're all mature. And I remember, I'm back there eating my lunch, and I'm like, well, I got to look at this because it's here. You know what I mean? And I remember, for some reason, I don't know why this sticks out in my head, I mean, I do. Because I remember at the time looking at it and thinking to myself that, how do I...
Yeah, exactly. Work your way out of this one.
How do I put this? She had, at that point in my life, she had the biggest...
Chest.
No. Lower.
Really?
That I had...
You just got to find the
Huh?
Oops.
What does that mean, find the
Where's the On a website, it said at the crest of the labia. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now.
Yeah, I remember at the time thinking to myself, these are usually a little bit of a challenge to find.
Yeah, but
you don't need a GPS with this deal.
I know you'd figure with someone named Chyna too.
And for some reason, that connotation always stuck with me because at that point in my life, that was the biggest one of those I had ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And I was like, holy hell. And now anytime her name came up in the news after that, I didn't think about her wrestling because I'm not a wrestling fan. I thought about nothing. All I thought about was she has the biggest one of those I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Bar done.
You know, the thing is, imagining having sex with that. That's like climbing a mountain.
No.
Let me just get a
Digging a
rock
hole.
wall just to get up there, just to make out with her.
Yeah.
Like, hang on a second. Let me get my rock climbing gear to get up there just to kiss you. And it's just
and depend.
Jeez.
How far do I want to go with this, Steve?
No, that's fine enough, I think.
we can go the whole 18 yards.
I'll be going with the TWAT word if you're not careful.
I don't think
that would be very apropos.
You guys.
I'm going
to have to Google this.
If you're
don't show me. I don't want to see the.
I'm going to Google imaging.
If you're a cunning linguist, you got a challenge ahead of you.
No, not if you're like a pro eating hot dogs.
No, absolutely. Well, that's true. That's true.
We're just getting into it.
Oh, there's a line. Boom!
Oh, look at that.
Oh, jumped right over that, didn't I? I would be surprised I would not be surprised, rather, if you have no friends when you go into work on Monday morning, and I apologize for that in advance.
No, that would be fine.
You know what you were opening them
I'm
up
not
to.
there for friends. I'm there for money.
That's
Give
right.
me the money.
Damn it.
Dirtbags. No, I like that job.
Are you actually Googling this?
Yes, I am.
This is terrible.
What are the terms that you're using to Google? And don't say them over the air.
That's not the thing to
give
say.
Give me an abbreviation
Come
at least.
on. There's no.
God.
Don't
You just got to
show
find
me.
the
Oh, my God.
Don't show me. What do you look? That's not her. Oh, that is. No,
Yeah, that is.
That's good.
I think it depends on which picture you find, too, but there are some where it's more pronounced than others. And I just...
No, that's not her. That's not her. That's not her.
No, it's
you
not
can tell
her.
by the face. She's got it's like a more defined face of like the Mask. Do you remember that kid? What's that kid's name?
Of the
That's
Mask.
not her. What's that kid's name from the Mask?
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz.
But not actually Eric Stoltz, just Eric Stoltz from The Mask.
Yeah, like
with the face.
With the face.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but like a little bit more pretty. You got that weird nose and the cheeks and all, and then that huge cleft chin. That's her. That's her. Is that a rug that she's holding there? Oh my goodness. That is not okay.
If anything, that's actually helping because it's not showing you the full...
Oh, no, it is, because it's like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, why are we doing this?
We're not going to tweet this out.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, thank you for blowing that up. I appreciate that.
Oh, we're mature.
I appreciate it, absolutely.
Anyway, so what else?
It's a college campus. People can deal with it.
Is going on?
Oh, so anyway, she's dead.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And,
I quite forgot about that.
So what else is going on in the news?
Nothing.
Oh! Jesus. I have a fact for you.
Can you do
Excuse
it quietly?
me, this is an entertainment show, not a factual show?
No,
Yeah,
hang on.
absolutely.
No, it deals with entertainment.
Okay.
I don't care about your facts.
Damn it, Barbara!
The elitists are screaming again. What the hell's wrong with these guys?
Just want to eat my meal.
All right, what's your fact?
All right, so my
Get on
fact,
with it.
right? The money sign, right?
Yeah.
The dollar bag, like the bag of money, right? With the U and the number sign.
It's an S, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then it's the money bag sign,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
That is owned by somebody.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Do you know who owns that copyright?
Donald Trump.
Close.
Oh,
His son?
No.
his mother.
Further away. Further away, you guys.
Okay.
Further away.
I don't know. I
Queen
can't.
of
Here's the
England.
show. Here's the thing, right?
We got like a minute.
I know.
so if you want-
I'm trying to get, and you guys are interrupting me.
You asked us to guess.
Oh, damn it. Listen, right? So once upon a time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, right? Monopoly came out, was like, hey, listen, Kiss, we want to do a Monopoly thing. And he was like, no, there's the other way around. They're like, let's do a Kiss Monopoly. And they're like, you can't use our stuff, man. You can't use our stuff. That you can't do Kiss Monopoly. And he goes, why not? I'm Kiss. You know? And they're like, no, you can't. So then what he did, because they told him that he can't, he went out and copyrighted the logo, like the money bag sign. Copyrighted that. It was like, now you guys can't use that image, which is the image on all of your cards, without paying me, bitches.
That was Gene?
And that was Gene Simmons.
Yeah, that figures.
Yeah.
Guy's a Richard.
Right?
Absolute Richard.
He's a Trump supporter, too.
Oh, that's why I said you were close.
Here's one quick side, because I don't want to keep going on about this. Here's one quick side note about Donald Trump before we get into the next block of Classic Rock. Did you know that there's a rumor that he might pick his daughter to run as vice president with him?
Oh, my God. No.
I don't know
The
how
one
founded that
forgot,
is.
Forgot to register to vote? Mm-hmm. There you go.
No, yeah. I mean, I hope it happens because I feel like anything that... But who knows? Because his numbers could go up for all I know.
Oh, my God.
Every time he does something and I think to myself, he's going to...
In the street, and my numbers would go up. My little tiny fingers are crazy.
Every time he does something, and I think he's just going to, he's going to fall on his face because of that one. Nope.
America.
Ridiculous.
No.
Laughing stock.
When you go back to Southport, can I come with you?
Yes, please.
Here's the last block of Classic Rock for the evening for you. 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. We're going to kick it off with Twofer featuring Jimmy Page.
The Saturday Night Soundtrack.
Saturday night. Saturday night. Saturday night. Saturday night. Actually, pretty nice little Saturday.
WBIM.
That's 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday night soundtrack, about ready to close it out for another week. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer. It's 10:50.
Yes, it is.
And thank you to Darren for giving us a call within that last Classic Rock block. We heard the Beatles for him. Happiness is Warm Gun from the White Album. So thanks for listening, Darren.
Nice choice.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if anybody else wants to listen to us, you got a precious few weeks. Steve and I were working it out a little while ago, just taking a look at the calendar. I believe we've only got 2 shows left after tonight.
2.
So that would be April 30th and May the 7th. And I believe May the 14th is the actual date of graduation, so nobody's going to be around.
They won't let us play on that day?
No, historically they have not, so I'm just assuming it's going to be the way it has been in the past.
Bastards.
And you jerks who let us come in here and do this every week, even though we have nothing to do with the program. And the college jerks, all of you. But anyway, yeah. So 2 more weeks left, I believe, and that's going to do it. I don't know what's actually going to happen for the next semester yet. There hasn't been a meeting set up in place for setting up the schedule like there normally is for the upcoming semester. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I assume that the notification or the email for the meeting is going to be coming up. But there's different people running it now than were running it before, so I don't necessarily know how it's going to go. But it's how it works. It's how it works, and we'll find out. Hopefully, at least next week when we come back, we'll be at 100%, all of us. Maybe Jared will be at 120, 130.
Yes.
During that last set, by the way, can I mention that for whatever reason, Jared felt the necessity to just all of a sudden yell out, "That last one was for Darren!" Like, I know, I was in the room when you took the phone call.
Well, I was just saying, just in case you weren't listening, because you don't do that to me.
No, I'm always listening, sir. I'm usually multitasking, but I'm always listening.
Like
to
that time I walked to your house in a hurricane.
No, more like the time that I let you drive home on your bike.
or that time.
Similar to that.
Or that time I was dying of vertigo, and you're like, "Hey, screw it." Yeah. I won't listen to him.
Yeah, it was something basically like all of those times.
Yes.
SNS presents the FCC violation of the week.
So this is fun. So this is when we dig through all of the forms that have been filled out within the past week, all of the things that went off over the air that maybe shouldn't have gone out over the air, and we just read them back for entertainment value because we like to throw stones.
They're not from our show, though, obviously.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That would fill the whole segment.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So for this first one, I debate whether or not this is even profanity. It was actually listed as coming from the Tick, which is basically a person's sly way of saying that if anybody doesn't know what the Tick is, when we start playing music after we leave here on the Saturday Night Soundtrack, or basically at any time when there's no live DJ up here, and you're just hearing music playing, well, it's coming off a hard drive, and we call that the Tick.
Why is it called the Tick?
Steve, come on, man. I'm trying to educate people within the limitations of what I know.
Yeah.
And you got to go and ask a question to make me look like a clod.
You clod.
Come on. Anyway, this one came from the song by Saliva called Click, Click, Boom. And it just says, no crying ass bitchin' from me.
Oh,
well, you can
bad.
say ass. And we just played a Rolling Stone song called Bitch in the last segment.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I think you can say bitch.
I'm actually... I'm pretty sure all of that's okay. This next one I know is not okay, where somebody just referred to something as a test. So,
no,
yeah,
probably not.
Pretty sure that test is not okay.
No.
Those are the only two, though. Those are the only two for this week. So it was a light week, and looks like everybody was moderately behaving themselves.
Until we got on the air.
Yeah, tonight doesn't count, because it's the start of a new week, you know what I mean?
No.
And trust me, Jared, without telling you, without giving away too much, it'll be covered. Don't worry about it. Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Cool.
Jared, cool. Jared, I want a full report when we come back in for the show next weekend about how the new listeners took to the program.
Yeah.
What they thought, what their impressions were.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And well, how offended they became.
Probably wildly.
And if they were offended, I want to know specifically at which points, because those are the points we want to make sure to repeat frequently in the future as we move forward.
We will just...
And by who?
In our quest to become the most controversial and best program on this radio station.
Which we already are.
On both counts?
Yeah. Everybody hates us.
Everybody hates us. I think
every time I go into my car, there's like a line of picketers. F you! You know?
I think it says it all when Q George was standing in the director's studio there with just bated breath, just looking through the window when you were going off on, I don't even remember what you were talking about.
Prince.
And, yeah, you were going off about Prince, and he was just kind of staring. And you could tell he was just waiting, man. He was waiting for something to happen. He didn't know what it was going to be. He didn't know when it was going to happen, but he knew it was coming. And then...
or his greatest compliment to our show, you guys got a weird show.
It was bizarre, actually. It was exactly...
It's a bizarre show.
Yes, it is.
Thanks. Thanks. You know what else was bizarre? David Bowie. But guess what? Phenomenal icon.
All day. There you go.
Night.
You know who he was better than? Prince.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
yes.
Prince could just like rip a solo.
I don't care.
Come on.
Because you can't just go... I'll get into this debate again. You can't just go...
Enough time.
Well, I got a minute and 20 seconds. Yeah. You can't just go by how much he ripped into a solo. You have to go by the actual quality of the songs within which his solos were. And David Bowie's overall quality of songs trumps Prince all over the place in so many ways that I don't have time to articulate.
Yes.
You know who's better than both of them?
I don't know
Bowman.
who. What?
Bowman.
Bowman?
I don't know.
Yeah, Bowman.
I don't know what that is.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Doesn't worry about it.
Well, you just live in your own little world then. It'll be
I
fine.
certainly do, and I don't care. The rent is free.
You know who's better than all of them? Frank Weed.
The guy that tops that is Martha Johnson. When she put out that record, man.
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, cutting off people's heads.
She's going to be on a $20 bill, right?
Not the
She's
best
be
looking lady I know, I must admit.
Well, I mean, none of the guys who are on the $20 bill either, or guys. I mean, the guy who's on the $20 bill right now either.
I know Benjamin Franklin looks like a testicle. So like.
To the end, classy to the end.
Yes.
That should be on some kind of T-shirt. Benjamin Franklin looks like a testicle on the $100 bill. Is he on the $100? I don't know. I don't make enough money to know.
There is a $100 bill. I don't know who's on it though. I couldn't tell you.
Well, I know there's a $100 bill. I can't tell you who's on it because I don't make enough money to know.
Right.
That's why I do this all night.
or at least until now.
Yeah, at least until now. Until
Here's the Doors to close it out for you. 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack. We'll see you next week. Bye.